Hello. This video is going to be the 2 things you can do every single day, no matter what you have going on in your day, to see a dramatic shift, super dramatic shift in your manifestations. And it's really simple things. So I invite you to watch out if your brain immediately tries to discount it as, oh, I've tried that. Oh, I've done that. That's too easy. There must be something more. So people have paid me a lot of money to give them this homework of these 2 really simple things that you can implement starting right now, but specifically in the morning, first thing you do when waking up, and I'll explain why. So my name's Melissa. I'm a manifestation teacher, an intuitive channel, and coach. And I'm really excited that you're here. These 2 things are how I've been directing my day for the last 4 or 5 years, and maybe not every single day religiously, but it's gotten to a point where it's become automatic and habit for me, and it does have a dramatic influence. So the first one right off the bat too, and what I want to say before we even dive in, is the timing of the day. So if we're talking about setting up our energy to be in alignment, which means you are lined up with everything that you're wanting, you are lined up with your higher self, things are working out more effortlessly for you. It's kind of like if you were to stop a car from rolling. Could you imagine if there was a car rolling downhill? I'm sure you could imagine you would not step in front of it. It would be intense. However, if there's a car parked and it just barely starts rolling, you might go and stop it, right, and ask someone to hit the brakes really quick. It's possible to stop that car from rolling. So the reason that we're doing this in the morning, first thing, is our energy, our brains, they like to repeat itself. So if you ever notice that your thoughts keep repeating, seem like they're on this roller coaster, just repeating, and some people call it spiraling, whether you're spiraling towards good or spiraling towards negative. So if you've already got a negative dialogue running in your mind, if you can catch it and start the direction of your thought first thing in the morning, it's going to be like stopping that car from even starting to roll down the hill, versus if it's going 60 miles an hour, like there's nothing you can do. You just kind of got to wait for the crash, right? So with that in mind, we want to do this thing as early as you can, first thing in the morning. Put a Post-it note by your bedside table right now, pause what you're doing and be like, I'm ready. I'm going to write this down. I'm going to do it tomorrow. So here we go. First thing, every single day, the moment I notice that I'm awake, that consciousness has come back into my body. Is it always there? I don't really know. But the moment that I notice I'm awake, before my eyes even open, I start to think, it's going to seem simple, of everything I'm grateful for. Yes, the good old gratitude practice. But here's where it gets magical. Instead of just thinking, I'm grateful for the sun, I'm grateful for water, I'm grateful for my thick hair blowing in my face, I'm grateful for yada, yada, yada. Be with each thing and really think about, like, wow, I actually do feel grateful that I woke up in this comfortable bed, that I'm warm, that I have a beautiful home. Even if the home isn't what you want, start to think of the reasons you do love it, because then you're attracting a home you love. And start to really think about everybody in your life. If I have calls that day with coaching clients or whatever it is, I'll start to think and appreciate that. Anything going on in my day that day, anything in general in my life, I begin to tap into the feeling really deep of appreciation. So this does a couple things. Scientifically, we know that if we are in the energy of gratitude, not only does it immediately lower your stress, which means it's going to improve your immune system, it's going to improve your heart health, it's going to improve every function in your body. Isn't that worth it alone? But aside from that, it brings you into heart coherence, which means you automatically begin to attract things that you want in your life. I'm going to pause here for just a second. My hair kept blowing in my face. So it's going to improve everything about your physical health, but it's also going to bring you into that heart coherent center, which means your energy is more in alignment, which means you're automatically manifesting what you want. Now, there are subconscious beliefs we need to dig out and get rid of and uproot and replace. So if you have a belief that money's hard to come by, well, money's still going to be hard to come by. So those are things we want to look at, and we do look at those in the manifestation program and in Magnetic Money. But it's really important to know that if you're in a constricted, fearful state, money or not, you're going to attract in fearful, constricted things. Versus if you can get your heart more relaxed and open, you're starting in that moment to rewire the patterns in your brain. You're rewiring your brain to shift from focusing on negative to focusing on positive. So if you have a negative dialogue running through your head most days, which is where I used to live all the time, negativity, I only saw doom and gloom, then Focusing on that gratitude practice first thing in the morning is telling your brain, I'm safe, I have what I need, I like my life, the world is good, I have all that I need, I'm supported, I'm good. And so, what do you think you're going to start to imprint into your brain? I'm safe. I have all that I need. I'm supported. I have more than enough to take care of myself. I have more than enough to support myself and my family. And once we get these programmed in, what's your reality going to be? That you're safe, that you have all you need, you have enough to support yourself, your family, everybody in your life that you want to. Versus, can you imagine the opposite side, waking up and immediately being like, oh, I'm tired. I didn't get enough sleep. Oh no, I have a meeting that might not go well. I'm behind schedule. I'm dehydrated. I don't have enough water. Even these simple thoughts, we're starting to program in our brain. I don't have enough. I don't have enough. There's not enough. What do you think we're going to create? Money or happiness aside, we're creating an experience where we're still reaching for the next best thing. We're not there yet. We feel behind. Things aren't good enough. We're waiting for that sunny day, that moment when we finally feel caught up. But it's an experience that we create in our brain. Can you see this? I hope so. This is really important. And it doesn't have to be a long practice. You can do this for 1 minute. You can do this for 2 minutes. I recommend at least 2 minutes, but as long as you want. If you have time for 5 minutes, holy moly, do 5 minutes of this. But if you have time for 30 seconds, beautiful. That's going to start the pattern of where your brain goes. And so we can do another video on other things to easily keep up the gratitude habit where it becomes automatic. So I don't want this to be a hard task that you're doing every day, all day long, trying to rewire your brain towards gratitude. We do this in the manifestation program in an easy way. So it does set up your thoughts automatically to shift for you. But if you're not in there, we can do some more YouTube videos on simple ways that you can start to help this process as well. But in the morning, 2 minutes a day-ish, gratitude practice, and then start to notice, are you just running through the motions like, yeah, I'm grateful for water and trees and birds and bees and yada, yada, yada? Or, oh my God, I'm so grateful I have running water. Like, I have all that I need. I love the view out of my window. I love my family. Can you tell the difference in the emotion just from those affirmations? The way you're saying it matters. The feeling is what creates. So once you have that grateful aligned state, we're going to do part 2 of your day. I'm trying to do like 2. So part 2. This is what really sets me up for a non-morning routine. This is where I mentioned on Instagram, and what even led to this video of, there's not one thing I do every single day where I'm always doing Pilates, I'm always doing Qigong, I make sure I work out every day, I do morning yoga or meditation or this, that, or whatever. It's different every single day. But there's one 30-second practice I do right after gratitude that will influence what I do. That brings me, this is the important part, brings me directly, easily, automatically towards all that I'm manifesting. So you may know what this is. If you're in the manifestation program, comment below and let me know if you knew what this was right before we said it. But here it is. You're going to tap into and ask for guidance. Now, who specifically are we asking guidance from? Your intuition, your higher self. Depending on your spiritual beliefs, you might call it a guardian angel, your spirit guides, your divine guides, inner being, whatever language works for you, it doesn't matter. Your intuition, you're hooked up to an external version of you. Actually, not just external, it's all around you. Your energy body goes beyond your body. We can go all into this on another video, but for right now, you have an abundance of beautiful spiritual support waiting for you, and we live here with free will, meaning they can try to throw signs at you all day, but if you're not actively asking for them, you're likely going to miss them. So specifically, first thing in the morning, right after that gratitude practice, I'm going to connect to my guides, ask for support and help throughout my day. Guide me towards what's in my highest interest. They will show up and guide you. Now, the challenging part for many people when they start this is understanding what is the intuitive guidance coming in, how can they recognize their intuition, and we cover all of this in the work I do together with my students. But it is imperative that you get down how to connect with your intuition, because in every moment of your day, they're guiding you exactly towards where you want to go. It's kind of like you say, hey, can you guide me towards what's in my highest interest? And will immediately respond with, yes, here is your exact plan. And often we are so closed off and so busy, we don't even hear that. And they say, you just need to go from A to X and you'll get there immediately. It seems like the funniest way about it, but it will get you there faster. Meanwhile, you heard method A to T was the road you're supposed to take. So you're over here stumbling and falling and trying and making yourself angry and all these different things. getting out of alignment because it's harder for you. Meanwhile, they're over here with a platter showing you the effortless way, but we can't see it. So the more we can tap into and really build a straight dialogue so that in every moment you can hear your intuition, but specifically set it up and ask in the morning, like, hey, I'm open to that. What should I do? What's my next best move? That's how I know whether that morning I'm doing Pilates or yoga, or I'm getting straight to work, or I'm going for a walk, or I'm calling somebody or reaching out to somebody, whatever it is. Maybe I'm writing an email or making a YouTube, whatever it is. My intuition's like, here's what you're doing for the day. And if I look back, it's all built together really perfectly in a way that I would have never come to, but it's been easier for me than what would have been a certain path that somebody else might have laid out, if that makes sense. All that to say, you are a unique energy being with a unique soul path. So wouldn't it make sense that you getting to your manifestations is going to be unique to you? And of course, when you agree, your higher self might have a better plan than what your human self can see. Our human self is limited by our past experiences. This is why we can end up repeating patterns. So if you aren't doing this, if you aren't tapping into your intuition, if you do not know how to get this external divine guidance, divine whatever word you want, you are likely repeating patterns. That's why people will say, I tried to date a new person, it ended up the same way. I tried to have a better conversation, it ended up the same way. We repeat patterns. It's our nature, and that's okay. But sorry, I'm getting distracted. Look at this beautiful dog. So cute. So it's so normal that our brain will repeat a pattern. And the way to bypass that is to say, hey, I'm here for something more. I'm ready to be guided. You will be guided. It's pretty cool practice. I see my students do this all the time where they'll get nudges from their intuition and things work out better and easier than they could have ever imagined. So I encourage you, if you want another video on any of this stuff, diving deeper into it, comment below. If this was helpful at all, please like the video. It actually helps me know what kind of content you want to hear, what you want to make. And the most important thing, it's so easy to be like, yeah, gratitude practice, talk to my intuition, sure, got it, and think there's something more magical. But you cannot get to the more magical stuff until you master these basics. It is fundamental for effortless manifestations. Now, I say effortless because everything's a manifestation. You are manifesting right now. If you are not liking your experience, it's not about learning to manifest, but rather let's learn how we already are manifesting so that we can direct, channel, change into the exact experience you want. So if you want more content like this, just like this, comment, subscribe, let me know, reach out one way or another, share this with a friend, and definitely try these two things tomorrow morning and then the next day and the next. Give it a week and let me know what you notice. I'm sure it will shift things for you. I'll talk to you soon.